Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of The Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Central Virginia fishing report with Ethan Martin at TaleTellers Fly Shop. How you doing, Ethan?
I'm doing great today. How are you doing?
As always, just trying to stay out of trouble, and we could talk about your weather, but I know you've been wearing your carpenter hat this week.
Yeah, this week and the past probably 2 months I've been still making displays for the new location. So I've been fishing a little bit, but not as much as I plan to next year.
Yeah, and speaking about that, you've made a little bit of an adjustment. I saw your newsletter. I don't know if it was this week, maybe it was last week, where you're kind of adjusting things just to give you a little bit more time to get ready to open the new location.
Exactly. So we decided, it was kind of a hard decision, but we decided to close on Mondays temporarily, just to give me another day that I can work on the stuff, because we're kind of at the tail end of it. So tentative plan right now is like the 1st of November, or in that time frame, to open in the new shop, which is the bigger shop, still in downtown Lynchburg. So that's pretty much what we're working everything towards. So every free chance I get, I'm working up there and painting, and I think next week we're removing a wall or something like that. So all sorts of fun stuff that I'm doing, and I'm looking forward to the end of that. And then as soon as we're back up at the big shop, or the new shop, then we'll open back up on Monday. So we'll be back to normal Monday through Saturday.
Yeah, and so do you prefer making Excalibur poppers or doing renovation and demo work?
Probably renovation and demo work.
Well, there you go, folks. That's and we're only talking about 100 of those poppers.
Yeah, only 100.
Only 100 in a week. But the great news is, to get to the weather, things are finally starting to kind of cool off in Central Virginia. And, hopefully if we don't get a lot more tropical storm activity, the precipitation patterns will kind of level out. But the good news is the cooler temperatures mean that, while the smallmouth fishing is still good, that the trout fishing is starting to pick up.
Yeah, exactly. And what we're talking about is going to be primarily just the wild trout fisheries. So not the stock trucks, that sort of stuff, which is coming. But we've definitely seen an uptick in the amount of people that have been going out for trout fishing, and they've all been pretty successful. So the water is like a hair low. It's just your kind of normal early fall conditions. Still, the hot flies have been greeny weenies. If you got those, it's really easy fly. It's just literally green chenille. That's been a really hot fly. And then in terms of like the dries that people have been catching them on, it can be pretty much any generic beetle, ant, imitation, elko, caddis. I know a lot of guys that have been out the past 2 weeks that have caught a whole bunch of them on like black caddis, that sort of stuff. So you got a lot of options. I mean, if it's me, just go up there and start slinging some bugs until you figure out what they're pounding on it. Most of the time, though, especially with our brook trout, you don't have to be too selective this time of the year. They're a great fish. They're my kind of trout, because they're dumb.
Yeah. And, it's interesting too. Are you seeing, kind of that preference maybe for yellow and orange, like they're seeing in like, I don't know, like when I talk to my friends in Western North Carolina or East Tennessee, or other places like up in Pennsylvania, they're starting to think about October caddis and things like that. So, that shift from like summer yellow to orange is happening as well.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. That's one of the little hidden secrets. That's one of the reasons why I do like that Jaeger's 409 in a yellow color, or like a yellow stimulator with the orange head on it. So it's definitely like, if you throw a stimulator and you've got a green weenie trailing behind it, then you'll find some brook trout.
Yeah, there you go. And of course, the smallmouth bite's still good.
Oh yeah, for sure. And especially if you come, in our neck of the woods, we still have a pile of cicadas, which are just the annual cicadas. And just last week, we got out pretty early one morning and saw like 3 of them just fall out of the water and get eaten by smallmouth. So they're definitely eating them, and it's just one of those things that you throw. All the rain we got kind of set a reset button a little bit on the fisheries, because right before then it was definitely fishing really good topwater. And it still is now. It just, everything kind of picked up real quick and then went muddy. So streamer bite went pretty good, which that's what we ended up catching most of them last time I was out last week. But then, I know guys that went out this weekend and threw poppers and caught fish. So it's definitely a good time of the year for getting out, because the numbers of people, like crowds that you're going to see, it gets less and less every week, which is nice. Everybody's starting to think about, go and finding all their deer and everything else they do through the fall, sports games and whatnot. So it's a great time to get out, because you're not going to be seeing a ton of people. The fish, trout are getting more active. Smallmouth are still thinking about topwater. And it's not crazy, crazy hot or crazy, crazy cold. So I would encourage you to get out there for sure.
Yeah, I think that's honestly the hardest part of smallmouth fishing in Central Virginia, is just being up for taking the heat all day long. Because, I mean,
it's brutal.
Yeah, there's no such thing. There's not any shade except under your hat. And there's no such thing as a dry heat in Central Virginia in July, August, and early September.
Yep. It's like a little bit of taste of what it's like to live in a jungle. And I mean, I've been to Florida, plenty of times. I got family down there. I know what their humidity is like, and I know what our humidity is like, and they're both rough.
Yeah. So, folks, we love questions at the Articulate Fly. You can email them to us or send them to us on our Facebook or Instagram page. And if we use your question, I'll send you some Articulate Fly swag, and we will enter a drawing for something cool from the shop at the end of the season. And Ethan, before I let you get back to the hammer and the nails and the saw, why don't you let folks know the current location and the current shop hours?
So currently we are at 920 Commerce Street. So we're in downtown Lynchburg, Virginia. If somebody wants to see me in the shop, I'm pretty much always in from Wednesday to Saturday. If you just got to pick something up, then Tuesday, Caleb is going to be your guy. And again, Mondays and Sundays we're closed for the next month. So not too crazy. And then if you can't make it around to the shop, or you want us to ship you something or anything like that, you can find pretty much all of our inventory on our website, which is TaleTellersVA.com. You can also call, and it's easy. You just bring up our webpage. The bottom of it, there's our phone number, as well as a contact us form. So that'll send an email straight to me. So pretty much any way you can get in contact with somebody, we've got it. And pretty much all those ways go straight to me. So if you've got questions about, product, the fishery, anything like that, then just shoot my way. And then just be patient with me, because my day has been Wednesdays through Saturdays. Those are the days that I'm sitting down cranking out emails and doing all of the fun shop stuff. But then my Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I am covered in sawdust, as I am right now.
Yeah, well, there you go. And folks, you owe it to yourself to take advantage of this late summer, early fall cool off in Central Virginia and get out there and catch a few. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Ethan.
Tight lines.